dual battery stock coil sub-ohm kits. It is the stomping ground of two major companies in the e-cigarette market. Smok, who have been at it for half a decade now, and of course Vape, who only recently started hammering Smok by getting a much larger share in the dual battery stock coil sub-ohm kit market. This, however, is not from either of them. This is the new Vrod 200 from Aspire. It is rare if you think about it. If you look at Aspire's back catalogue of what they've actually released into the stock coil dual battery high wattage market, it is nowhere near the amount of releases that Smok and Vapor have done over the past year. But now it looks as if Aspire want a cut of that growing middle section of the market. So we're not just looking at a dual 18650 200 watt mod with temp control, we're also looking at a stock coil high wattage tank. This is the stomping ground of Smok. The big question is Aspire's latest offering something that would be a good substitute for someone that's looking to replace their Smok or their Vapor kits? Or are those people better off just sticking with Smok and Vapor? Only one way to find out. It's time for a kit review! And here we are with a rarity in the Aspire lineup. It is kind of rare for Aspire to release a dual battery mod. Let's face it, they usually go for not so much the starter kit end of the market, but the intermediate side of the market, you know. But a dual battery box mod with a stock coil sub-ohm tank in the same kit, this is kind of rare. Start off with the tank first of all. Let's have a look at the tank. So, top of the tank, you do of course have your drip tip, full 810. That scratch there is my fault, by the way, because I'm a ham-fisted idiot and dropped the tank. So it came out, when it came out of the box, it was fine. I dropped the tank and I scratched the top of it up. So you've got a full 810 connection here with the O-ring inside, as you can see. So it's a press fit. Filling the tank's easy. Grab the top, twist it. You've got a bayonet style top cap there. There's your two fill ports there. Then you've got the main barrel of the tank, as you can see. There we go. Down here at the base, you've got your airflow control, fully adjustable, airflow hole there, airflow hole on the other side. And the name of the tank is the Gurdo. Anyone remember the days when tanks used to have simple names? Does anyone want those days back? I do. Thank you very much. Don't vape in a bin. CE mark Aspire. Now, this moves up and down, right? Replacing the coil, you don't take the base of the tank off. To replace the coil, you take the top of the tank off like this. There we go. The top pops off. Then what you do is you pull this part that moves down, pull that down, and the coil pops out the top. Now, for us poor saps here under the TRPR, because we're not under the TPD anymore, because Britain waved goodbye to the European Union 1st of January this year, actually. Yeah, this 2 mil capacity, folks. If you're in the UK or you're in Europe and you end up with the TPD or TRPR compliant version of the tank, basically 5 pulls, you will almost empty the tank. Yeah. But replacing the coil is very easy. It's a push-fit coil from the top. So the coil pops in like that. It clips into place to get rid of the coil or to replace it. Pull this part down here at the bottom. Coil pops up, and as you can see down here at the base, the juice flow control essentially shuts, so it won't let any liquid spill in. So there we go. That's how you replace the coil. Very interesting tank, this. Apart from the fact I've got to fill the thing up every not even 5 minutes, every 3 minutes when I'm vaping on it, but very interesting tank, this one. So that's the tank that comes in the kit. Now for the star of the show, the brand new Vrod 200 from the folks at Aspire. Starting at the top, Vic is the 510 pin spring mounted Vic. Yes, as you can see it is. And air feeds going in to the 510 threads. 4 air feeds there which go right into the top, which means an air-fed 510 tank is actually going to work with this mod. thumbs up to Aspire for actually doing that. And the reason Aspire did it is because some of their older tanks in the K line are air-fed 510 tanks. That's why they popped the air feed. Centre-mounted 510, as you can see, at the front, power button, main screen, up, down, charge port. On this side, Aspire with the grippy leathery bit, more grippy leathery bits, and Vrod 200 back to the beginning again with the front panel. Down at the base, CE mark, don't vape in a bin, made in China. Pop the battery door open and we'll pop in a couple of 18650. So let's pop a couple of Molly cells in here. Close the battery door and let's have a look at the main screen. There we go, Aspire. So what we have here, zoom this in. You've got your, one of the batteries needs charged. You've got your two battery indicators here. You've got your lock and unlock. You've got the mode that you're in, what wattage or temp that you're in, voltage, resistance. Seriously, come on, catch up here. Come on, thank you. Voltage, resistance, amps, puff counter, and yeah, 1, 2, 3, locks it. 1, 2, 3, unlocks it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously switches everything off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. There we go. And I've just shut it down twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, thank you. Takes a while, folks. There. To get into the menu, it's this button here, which is the up button, and power button at the same time. Like that. You've got your mode, colour, brightness. Head into brightness. It's already fully bright, as you can see. There's a smoke effect going on in the plastic, folks, which dulls things down quite a bit. So let's head back into the menu. Colour options, you've got red, purple, blue, orange, green, blue. Green seems to be the brightest option here for some reason, folks, so that's why I usually set mine to green. I've reset it to factory defaults, that's why it went back to the old one. But if you're finding the screen's a little bit on the dull side, set it to green, it brightens things up a bit more. Back into the menu, we'll head into mode, wattage, voltage, bypass, TC, TCR, CPS. Let's head in to temp control, nickel, titanium. Does anyone still use titanium for temp control? I don't know anyone that uses titanium these days. Stainless steel 316, memory 1, 2 and 3 for your TCR settings. If we head into nickel 200, here is the readout for your temp control. Heading into the wattage, up and down at the same time, and you can set the wattage for your temp control. We will get this thing set up for the temp control on camera, and we'll set this for 40 watts. There we go. And that is basically it. Very, very simple menu to work with. Although why they didn't go with the 3-click into the menu, I don't know. Having to hold the up and the power button at the same time is a little bit confusing. They could have done the up and power at the same time for the lock and unlock, but they didn't. They went 3 clicks for the lock, which I suppose makes locking and unlocking the mod that little bit easier. But that is the rundown of the Vrod 200 kit. Let's fill this tank up and then empty it in a couple of puffs up top. Yes. And before we head into the rest of the review, if you're a casual observer and this is your first video or first review watched on this channel, you might want to consider subscribing, because this channel is not just covering reviews. On a Wednesday, you've got the Hump Day Update, which covers general industry news, not just in the UK, but worldwide if it's going to affect all vapers. You've also got the live show, the UK Vape Show, the UK's #1 vape show, broadcasted from the UK to do with vaping. And on a Sunday, you've also got the What's Up Sunday update vlog, which takes one particular topic and expands it out to see how it affects vaping in the long run. You will find the subscribe button directly below this video, and don't forget, once you've clicked on subscribe, to click on the bell as well to make sure you get notifications of when a live show or video goes up on the channel. Thanks for watching. Back onto the review. And back up top with the Aspire Vrod 200. We're going to concentrate on the mod first and look at the tank later on, because it's the mod that interests me. So, drop solo sitting on top. You know what's coming next? The temp control, because it's not a freshly new designed chip and board. The chip and board that's in this is featured in a couple of the Aspire mod releases that came out midway through last year. But what Aspire have done is, well, at least from what I've heard, they've fully overhauled the temp control algorithms in this. Not just nickel, but stainless steel 316 as well. So we're going to do the temp control test in this thing. I'm going to drop a little bit of liquid on here. Just a touch. There we go. So, drop solo single nickel 200 coil, and that coil's coming out at 0.1 ohms bang on, 420 Fahrenheit on the screen, 40 watts on the wattage rating, and we're off. Oh, that's a very snappy temp control. Very snappy. That's a quick firer. Starting to go dry. It is starting to go dry. Right, here we go. There we go, it's starting to kick in now. Very little vapour, sod all flavour. Let's pull the cotton out and see what's going on. The cotton is still damp. There's traces of it starting to go dry, but they're playing it safe with this one. Very conservative temp control. Let's pull this cotton out and see what's going on. Very slight darkening in the middle of the cotton, but that's to be expected because that's where the centre of the coil is. They have worked on the temp control because I don't remember the Aspire temp control being as conservative as this in the early days. It works. It does work. You are getting 420 Fahrenheit, but the temp control kicks in a lot more sooner than it did in the older temp control boards that Aspire released in 2018 and the beginning of 2019. So they have done quite a bit of work to the temp control. One more thing left to do. Yeah, you know what's coming next. Goon. Let's head out of temp control. Yes, it is a new atomizer. Head out of temp control into mode, up to wattage, and then round robin to 200 watts. The things I do in this channel. Actually, you know what? I am popping a little bit more liquid on there. Just a bit right on the coils themselves. How's my tea? Yeah, I've still got some left. Okay, 200 watts on the VGod, not VGod, what the hell, on the Vrod 200. Freshly charged couple of 18650s in here, and we're off with airflow control fully open on the Goon. That almost felt like I was vaping on a DNA board. Oh, that was hot. That was hot. I'm not doing that again. Nope. So, move. One of these days I'm just going to stop doing these high wattage tests because it's not good for your fucking throat doing that. Oh, right, let's get rid of this Goon and let's pop on this utter waste of time, especially for the EU and UK market, because about 5 vapes and this tank's empty because it only holds 2 mil. So we're going to drop this down to 100 watts now and have a very quick go on the tank. Why is the top of this not on right? Hold on. There, should be on now. Let's open up the airflow control. There we go. 100 watts on the tank. And we're off. Airflow control fully open. See, that is good flavour. That is really good flavour from this coil, because it's the one thing that Aspire know what they're doing. They know stock coils, because they've been doing it for years now. That is damn good flavour. Okay, this tank was not quite full to the top, but it was half full. No, not half full, 3/4 full. The level of liquid is now down to here. It's like you're constantly filling this thing up because of the 2 mil limit capacity, because of the TRPR and TPD. But that was a look, and the top of this has just fell off because, like an idiot, I unscrewed it without realising it. Hold on. I do this all the time with bayonet-fitted tanks. I'm an idiot. Come on you go. There, on you go. Seriously? It is on like that. Push down and twist. There. So that was the Aspire Vrod 200. What do I think of this? The eyes and the nose. For everyone outside of the European Union and United Kingdom, when you get this tank, you will get the tank with its full capacity. You will not get the tank with a hobbled plastic tank that only holds 2 mil of e-liquid, which means you're going to be filling this thing literally every 3 minutes if you're chain hitting on it. Apart from that, I mean, that's not Aspire's fault. That's the fault of the stupid regulations in place in the EU and UK right now. But apart from that, what you're getting is a tank with damn good flavour. Really, really good flavour with a very easy way of replacing the coil head as well. The tank is good. It's just for people in the UK and the EU with the current rules in place for TRPR and TPD. And because this was actually sent from Aspire UK, I didn't have the option there of having the normal glass or bubble glass with this. I am stuck with the 2 mil capacity. But, you know, it's a thing. That is a thing, and if you're going to be using this kit in the UK or the EU and you get it from a UK or EU vendor, you're going to be stuck with the 2 mil limit. Because of the way that this coil works, because it ploughs through liquid so damn quick, you're going to be constantly taking the top of this tank off to fill it. That's something you're going to have to live with this particular tank. But in the long run, it is kind of worth it because the flavour from this tank is bloody phenomenal. It is like up there with the likes of the UL Crown 5. The flavour is very crisp and very sharp when it comes to fruits and very deep with very, very good tones when you're vaping on a cream or a custard. It covers everything, but it's an Aspire tank. You would expect Aspire to make good stock coils, and they haven't let us down yet. On to the star of the show, however. This is the first high wattage dual battery box mod from Aspire for a good number of months now in the grand scheme of things, and it's a very interesting design because I don't know if you noticed this down in the table cam. The bottom of the back of the mod has got a very slight concave. It's hardly noticeable, but there's a very slight concave, which means if you're putting the back of this mod into your palm to thumb fire it, it's very comfortable. You hardly notice the concave at the back of the mod, but it is there, and it makes for a very comfortable mod to hold. The important part of this mod, though, is the board and the chip, and more importantly, and even more importantly than that, the screen. Even though some of the lettering on the screen is very small, people with vision problems are going to have a little bit of problem reading some of the smaller lettering on this. The actual screen itself is very crisp and very sharp, which is a good thing. If it was me, I would have got rid of the smoked plastic front on this covering the screen up because that dulls down the screen quite a bit. I would have got rid of that and just put a clear plastic cover on the front of the screen, but it's a thing, you've got to live with it. Temp control is absolutely nailed, even though it's a little bit on the conservative side. It kicks in a little bit too soon for my liking. Wattage, you're going to get the two, or at least damn close to the 200 watts from this. You're looking at probably 180 to 190 watts. I doubt you're going to get the full 200 from a couple of freshly charged 18650s. All in all, this is Aspire's now showcase workhorse mod. That's what this is. It's a workhorse mod. It's the kind of mod that you would get if you're looking for a brand new stock coil sub-ohm kit, but you don't want to go down the road of buying another smock kit or another Vapor SO kit. You're looking for something different, something that performs just as well as Smocking Vaporesso, but you will know that the coils for the tank will not let you down. That's where this comes in, because if there's one thing that Aspire have been repeatedly good at is stock coils, whether it be for the Aspire Nautilus, whether it be for the stock coil sub-ohm tanks, they always make good stock coils. And this kit would stand toe-to-toe with the latest Vaporesso dual battery stock coil sub-ohm kit and trade blows with it easy. And it would more than easily trade blows with the latest dual battery Smock stock coil kit. It's a good kit, folks. There's no getting around it. It's a very good kit. And even if you're in the UK or EU and you don't fancy having a 2mm hobbled tank, if you do see the mod being sold by itself, I would go for the mod. Because here's the thing, it's a really good mod. There's no getting around it. It's a really good mod when it comes to power. And more importantly, temp control. If you're into that kind of thing, just dropped it there almost. Oxfa Arbiter RTA sitting on top. Here we go. Nothing wrong with that. And that was a look at the Vrod 200. Big thanks to the folks at Aspire and to the folks at Aspire UK for sending the kit over for a review. If you thought this review sucked, you know what to do down below. Thought it was good, give it a thumbs up. Very fast at the top, you've got the latest video, no matter what video you're watching in the channel. Underneath that's latest What's Up Sunday update vlog. In the middle, shout out to the hashtag Floof Army, the Patreon subscribe stars and the YouTube members for supporting Vape Vic financially. And underneath me is a Vape Vic logo. Click on that to subscribe. As always, folks, thanks for watching and have a good one.